Hello, everybody. I'm Dorothy, professional astrologer. We're going to talk about the astrology for today. I think I'm going to focus on the lunar phase at this point. We're going to, after we're done that, I'm going to get a little more insight with the astrology dice. And then we end with this beautiful deck of cards, Nature Spirit Oracle deck by Denise Lynn. It's a great deck. Very earthy, very grounded. I've been using it for myself for years, so I'm sharing it with you folks. Let's get started. You want to find me, you can find me on the web at DorothyMorganAstrologer.com. Let me see which chart I have up right now. Oopsies. It's gotten huge. Let's minimize myself. There we go. Come on, Zoom. There we are. All right. March 15th. Yeah, this is the one. This is the chart I want up. So I'm talking about the lunar phase that the moon is in for the day. It started a few hours ago. It's the gibbous, and that's 135 to 150 degrees away from the sun. And that means here's the sun going that way. We're at 135 degrees right about here. Yeah, with the sun at 25 Pisces, the moon at 25 Leo, and then it's a little over 135, a little less than 135 over here to Pluto. So we have a yod in the chart at the middle of the afternoon today, and the moon is gibbous, so 135 from the sun. There's a lot of adjustments that have to happen with this. So the moon's not out of bounds anymore. Over here, we can see that nothing's up there. It's down here. It's heading south. And so that's not an indicator of anything anymore. However, that moon in Leo is still fiery, still very passionate, still very self-focused. And so if you're emotional about something and you're not getting enough attention that you feel is warranted, then we could really act out in a way, whatever that looks like to you. I'm not sure exactly what that would look like for each of us individually, but we're going to see, like a little kid in the store that's not getting enough attention from their parents, and then they start pitching a fit. It's something like that. And again, as adults, we don't really do that. Some do. I agree. Some do, but not many. And we might do it internally. So I want you to check in on that, check in on yourself. And when we have a yod, it's between the sun and the moon and Pluto. There's definitely still some sort of adjustment and power struggle that's happening, because the yods, a true yod has the moon at the apex, which this one does. I mean, we can see them with other things, but it's, as far as the experts on the yods go, they all say really the truest yod is the one with the moon at the apex, and that is what we have going on. So we need to honor how we're feeling and our connections to what is going on in the day for you. All right. Are you feeling like that little kid inside that just needs to pitch a fit just to get the energy out? And if that's the case, then find a way to move that energy. All right. That's going to be really good for us, because we're going to need to make adjustments throughout the day, because the peak of this yod isn't until 4 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to be feeling this as an applying aspect throughout the day. So, I got a little knot in the middle of my back this morning. I'm going to get on the floor as soon as we're done and do my stretches. I haven't had that knot in a while. That's from tension. So I need to do the things I need to do to move that tension. And it's just, for me, it's physical in my back. So you figure out what that is for you and go from there. Okay. All right. And maybe, since Leo is a creative moon, it could very well be that you've got writer's block, or you've been trying to, create something, whether you paint or whatever your creative modality is. It could very well be that, this is a way that you're at a point where you can get past that block. All right. But don't force it. Moon in Gemini, the additional content from the insight from the Astro Dice. So this is like a message from Spirit, but just additional information to add to today's astrology. And again, if you want only just the astrology and a lot more astrology, I have I'm Patreon. You can support me over there. Tier 3 is really amazing. So you get all kinds of content on tier 3. So come and join us there. It's just a small monthly fee. Here on YouTube, you can support me by thumbs up, commenting below the video, engaging, sending this to you, sharing this with your groups. It's helping. Yeah, I wanted to show you a picture of something. This is, where is it? I'm going to find it. I only just put this up earlier today. There it is, right? This is, I took a screenshot and I put it in Microsoft Word, and this isn't the best share, but I want you to see this. This is what YouTube tells me, right? So this is how many new subscribers I've had this last month. All these views, all these minutes watched, and no new subscribers. I don't know what the F is wrong with YouTube. That's why I keep asking. That's why I haven't stopped the share. That's why I keep asking you to engage. It's crazy. All right. The Astro Dice showed us the moon in Gemini in the 10th house. So again, the moon is highlighted in the roll of the dice. So emotions, while the moon is in Gemini, it's an air sign. So it's like really engaging in conversation. And the 10th house is publicly. So it's like me emotionally speaking to you in public. That's the moon in Gemini in the 10th house. What is it for you? Do you need to send a message out to your audience, to your people, to your followers? That is, or to your spouse? That's the 10th house too, your domestic partner. Something emotional needs to be talked about. And it doesn't have to be done emotionally, but we want to analyze it and process it through conversation. And so that's what I'm doing here. You're visually seeing the moon in Gemini in the 10th house by watching this video, because I'm passionate about the moon. I'm passionate about what I do. That's the moon in Gemini, which is me, words in the public eye. All right. Just a great example of how to make those astrology sentences. I'm shuffling the cards. Don't forget, if you've been studying astrology for a while and you want some help putting it together or gaining some confidence so you're able to like do readings for other people, I do private mentorship programs based off of what you already know and where you want to go. And we'll have those conversations. So reach out to me by email, and then we'll make arrangements to have a conversation about that process if you're interested, because I'm a professional astrologer and I do those things, and I do readings too. Eagle medicine showed up. That showed up a few times. So that has a lot of energy about making sure we allow things to flow. It's air. Seeing things from that higher perspective, right? And just really soaring. I mean, feel yourself, lift yourself up, and look at the bigger picture of what's happening in your life. You don't have to focus on what's happening in the world if you don't want to, but focus on what's happening in your life and how you can lift yourself up. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, it's just about, yep, that's what it is. I just want to make sure. Sometimes I have to double check just to make sure that I've got what I need. So yeah, feel the strength, feel the power, feel the wind underneath you, which is like, the support, the wind beneath my wings. Who sang that? I forgot. I know her face. You can tell me below. And so feel the support, feel that support from spirit, and just allow yourself to feel that support and strength. All right. I have a lot of people reaching out to me these last few days just because of my housing situation. And yeah, I feel very loved and supported. And I thank everybody who's been reaching out. I'm still working on it. However, I might be close to having at least a temporary housing situation for a few months if I can't find, the apartment that is suitable. I'm not being that picky. Just have to be able to afford what they want us to pay these days. And that's kind of tough. Hey, it is what it is. All right. Today's a good day. And yeah, make those adjustments where you need to. speak up where you need to, be creative to help relieve stress or tension in your life. And I'll leave us with that. So thank you guys so much. Oh yeah, and I got out one of my spring shirts because I wanted to. It's still cold here, but it's all right. It's spring. All right, take good care, everybody. All my best. Namaste.